so welcome back to my channel, Creative Hands by Shay. So in today's tutorial, as you can see here, I have this beautiful cardigan. So I will be showing you step by step how to put this together. I actually use scrap yarn to make this, so I don't know how many yards you will need to make this full cardigan. This is a size 1 to 2 years, and it can go to 3 years as well, depending on how the size of the child. Yeah, so it can actually goes to 3 years as well. So this is what it looks like. I had a little pom-pom here on the top. I will be showing you step by step how to put it together. The size that I will be making is the 4 to 5 years, and I will show you step by step how to put it together. So you will need buttons, your darning needle, your hook. I will be using a 6.0 millimeter crochet hook to make the bigger size, and this is the yarn that I am using. This one is a loops and thread. Says the recommended hook here is a 5.5, as I showed you before. I'm using the 6, and it's a medium weight yarn. So I don't see the name of this color, but it's 100% acrylic, so it's gonna be really warm. So if you want this to be like more on the cooler side, you will have to use a cotton yarn. So guys, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you will love this tutorial and you'll be able to make one of your own. To my regular viewers and subscribers, thank you so much for always being here, guys. So let's jump in the video. So guys, to begin, I have my 6.0 millimeter crochet hook. If you're making the smaller size, which is the 1 to 2 years, you will need a size 5 hook. So you're gonna go ahead and make a slip knot. So you can make your slip knot however comfortable you feel. So now that I have made my slip knot here, I am gonna go ahead and I am gonna chain 56. So for both sides, you will chain the same exact amount. So I'm going to continue making my 56 chains, and then I'll meet back with you. So guys, now I have come to the end of making my 56 chains. Now what you're going to do is you are going to go ahead and you're going to skip 3 chains. So 1, 2, and 3, and into the 4th one, you're going to yarn over and you're going to place 1 double crochet, and the chain, the 3 stitches that we skipped there is going to count as our first double crochet. You're going to continue making your double crochets into each and every stitch along until you get to the end, and then I'll meet back with you. So guys, now I have come to the end and I have 54 stitches. Now you are going to chain 1, moving on to row 2. You're going to yarn over into that first stitch. You're going to place 2 double crochet. So that's 1 and 2. Now that you have placed your 2 double crochet, you are going to, in the same stitch, you are going to place 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Now that we have placed 3 double crochet, we are now going to make a corner. So into the next stitch, you're going to place 2 double crochets. So that's 1, 2. You're going to chain up 2. Go back into that same stitch, and you're going to place 2 more double crochet to complete your corner. So that's 1 and 2. Now that we have done so, in the next 14 stitches, you're going to place a 1 double crochet into each and every stitch. So continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end of my 14. So guys, now I have come to the end of making my 14 stitches. Now we're going to make another corner. You're going to yarn over and you're going to repeat the same thing by placing 2 double crochet in the same stitch, chain up 2, go back in the same stitch, and finish your corner by placing 2 double crochets. So now that you have placed your 2 double crochet and finished that next corner, you are going to yarn over and you're going to place 14 double crochet. So that's 1 double crochet in the next 14 stitches. So I am going to continue doing that, and I'm going to see you at the end of the next of this 14. So guys, now I have come to the end of my next 14 double crochet. Now you're going to yarn over and you're going to place another corner. So make your 2 double crochets, chain up 2, go back in the same stitch and place 2 more double crochets. So that's 1 and 2. Now we have completed 3 corners so far, so we need a total of 4 corners. So now we are going to go again and we are going to add 14 more double crochets. So we're going to place 1 double crochet in the next 14 stitches. So I'm going to continue to do that, and I'll see you at the end of the 14. We're almost there at the end. So now we have come to our next corner. We are going to yarn over and place our double crochet. That's 2 double crochet, chain 2, so we're making our last corner, and 2 more double crochets in the same space. So that now that we have completed our last corner, we have 4 stitches remaining. You are going to place 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches, 2 and 3, and where we skipped our 3 stitches here at the first when we're starting, that is going to be your last double crochet. So there you're going to place 2 double crochets. So into the same stitch you're placing 2 double crochets. You should have a total of 68 stitches at the end. So this is what it looks like. So you can see it is forming that top part of the cardigan. So this is the back, this is the shoulder area, and this is the opening of the cardigan. So now you are going to chain 1, turn your work, yarn over, and you are going to place 2 double crochet in the first stitch. It's 1 and 2 into the remaining stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So in the remaining 6 stitches you're going to place 1 double crochet. Once you get to the corner here, you're going to place a corner, and I will meet you there. So now we have come to our chain 2 space. You're going to yarn over and you're going to place 2 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, chain up 2, go back into that same space, and you're going to put 2 more double crochet to complete that corner. So there it is. Now you're going to place a 1 double crochet into each and every stitches along until you get to your next chain 2 space. So the last stitch should be next to the chain 2 that you did here. So that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So once you get to your 18, then you will make a corner. You will count the same amount again, making your double crochet. Once you get to this corner, you'll make a corner, repeat the same thing, and once you get to this corner, you'll repeat the same thing again. Once you get to here, I'll meet you at the last stitch. We will be placing 2 double crochets. So continue doing this all the way along, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to my last stitch here. It's always going to be hiding around the back part here, so make sure that you check for the last stitch. Now you're going to place 2 double crochet in that stitch, and now you should have a total of 84 stitches in round 3 ending off. So this is it. So now moving on to row 4, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to place 2 double crochet into that first stitch, 1 and 2, and into the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in 9 stitches, you are going to place 1 double crochet. So you're basically just repeating the same thing over and over. So the same amount of stitch that you have on this side, you should have on the other side as well. So make sure that you don't miss any of your stitches, because your work will get all wonky. So now we are at the corner. You're going to place a corner by adding 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets to complete that corner. Repeat that all the way until you get to the end, and then I'll meet you back there. Make sure that you don't miss your stitch when you get to here. You can always push this over so that you don't miss your stitch. So continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 4, and I'm just making my last 2 double crochets. So that's 1. Let me just redo this so it's not so loose. So you should have a total of 104 stitches in row 4. So moving on to row 5, chain 1, turn your work. Just gonna repeat the same thing, so it is very repetitive. It's just that each row you start to grow bigger and bigger, so you have more stitches in each row. So you're basically continuing to do your double crochets all along until you get to your chain 2 space here. You will make a corner. Once you're done with that, make sure that you don't miss your stitch. You continue making your double crochet, make a corner, double crochets, make a corner, double crochets, and then make a corner and come back down. So I'll see you at the end of row 5. So we're almost done with the top of the cardigan. So I will see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 5, and I have a total of 122 stitches. Now I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, and I am going to start off with my 2 double crochets. It's 1, 2, and then I am going to do my regular double crochets all the way up to the top here. Once I get here, I will make a corner, come back down, making my double crochets, making my corner, double crochet, corner again, and just repeat the same step all over. So once we reach to row 7, that's where we are going to work on the arm area. So I am just going to continue to work on this part, and then I will meet back with you once I am done with row 6. So I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm just making my last stitch, and you should have a total of 140 stitches. So this is what the top looks like so far. So you can see this is the front and this is the back. So now we are going to chain 1, and moving on to row 7, you're now going to place a 1 double crochet in this stitch, in the first stitch, and you're going to continue making 1 double crochets until you get to that chain 2 space. Once you get there, I'll meet back with you. So guys, and now we have come to our chain 2 space, and we're going to place 2 double crochet there, 1 and 2. You are going to pick up your next corner here. So this is what it looks like. So this is on the right side. So you are going to pick up this corner and make sure that when you turn your work, this wrong side here is showing upward. So you're going to yarn over and hold it just like this, and you're going to place 2 double crochet into this corner. So we're joining the sleeve armhole area. So there it is. There's the armhole. And now you are going to work 1 double crochet into each and every stitch until you get to this arm area. Then you're going to fold over and you're going to repeat the same thing as we did here. So I'll see you when I get to this arm area here. So I'm going to continue making my 1 double crochet into each stitches. So guys, now I have come back to our next corner here, and I'm going to place 2 double crochets, and just as we did on the first corner, we're going to repeat the same thing. We are going to yarn over, turn it just like this so it's facing towards you, and then make your next 2 double crochets. So now that you have done so, then you're going to make 1 double crochet into each and every stitch until you get to the end. You'll place 1 double crochet there. So I'm going to continue making my double crochets, and then I'll meet back with you. So guys, now I have come to the end and I have 1 stitch remaining. And this is what the top looks like. So this is on the wrong side here that you're seeing, and that's the right side. So now we are going to chain 1, turn your work, and into each and every stitch across, you're going to place 1 double crochet. Right across, when you get to here, 1, 1, and go right across. So make your first double crochet here, continue making double crochet until you get to the end, and I'll meet you there. So guys, now I have come to the end of my first row of the body of the cardigan. And if you're making it for the smaller size, you will do a total of 15 rows. And if you are doing it for the bigger size that I am doing, you will do it for 23 rows. So I am going to continue making my rows until I get to 23, and then I will meet back with you. So always chain 1, turn your work, and continue to make your rows. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I will see you at the end. So I'll put it on the screen so you can follow along. So guys, now I have come to the end and I have my last stitch here remaining, and I actually did a total of 24 rows, and this is what the cardigan looks like so far. So you can see the opening here. So now what you're going to do is you're going to fasten off, and we are going to work on the sleeve. So let me just chain 1, fasten off here. And now make sure that your cardigan is on the right side. This is the wrong side, so I'm going to turn it over. So this is what the back looks like. Let me see. No, I think this is the wrong side. Yeah, this is the wrong side, so this is the right side. Yeah, so the side that is looking up like this, that is the right side. So I am just gonna start working on the sleeve, and I am gonna rejoin my yarn, and I want to go into the center part here. So where you're seeing this loop there, I am gonna start working from there. So I'm gonna insert my hook, not into the loop, try to go under the loop, like in between, underneath this stitch, or you can even go in between the stitch so it's a little bit cleaner. So I hope you can see that. So I'm joining my yarn, giving it a tie, and you can weave your tail end in as you go along. So now I am going to chain up 1 and 2. You're going to yarn over, and you are going to go into this little space here. You're not going to finish your double crochet. You're going to yarn over again, go into the stitch that is, let me just show you. So this stitch that is laying down flat, like, you're going to put 2 double crochet there. So you're going to yarn over, go in there, and you're going to finish off with this. So we're eliminating a stitch. So that's 1. You're going to yarn over again, go back into that same double crochet that is laying flat, and you are going to make another double crochet. You're not going to finish. You're going to go over to the chain 2 space. You're going to make a double crochet there, and then you're going to pull through all 3 loops, and that eliminates another stitch. And now you are going to make 1 double crochet into each and every stitch around until you get back to this part here, and I will meet you there. So guys, and now I've come to the other side of the sleeve here, and we have a double crochet here, and we have our chain 2 space. So what we're going to do is we're not going to work into this double crochet that you're seeing here. We're going to yarn over and go directly into that chain 2 space, and we're going to place a 1 double crochet, but we're not going to finish that double crochet. We're going to just insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We have 2 loops on the hook. Now this double crochet that is laying on the side here, you're going to yarn over, go into that double crochet, and you're going to make another double crochet. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have 3 loops on the hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3, and you should have a total of 36 stitches at the end. Now you're going to slip stitch on top of our first double crochet, chain up 2, yarn over, go back into that same stitch, and you're going to place a 1 double crochet, but you're not going to finish. You're going to pull through 2 loops, yarn over, go into the next stitch, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and that's another decrease right there. Now you're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, and you're going to make another double crochet. So you're going to continue making double crochet. So we will be doing 2 more decreases. So I am going to place a 1 more decrease somewhere around here, and when I get to the end around this side, I'm going to do 1 more decrease. So you can place your decrease anywhere you want to place it around this side here, but make sure that you remember to place your decrease. So I'm just going to continue making 1 double crochet into each stitches, and when I get to a good amount, so I am at 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. So now I'm just going to do another decrease. So after my 12, I'm just going to do another decrease, and then continue working 1 double crochets into each stitches around. As I stated, you can put your decrease anywhere you want to place it. So I will see you at the end where I will do another decrease. So guys, now I have come to almost the end and I have 2 stitches here remaining, and in those 2 stitches I will be doing my decrease. So just as we did before, yarn over, go in there, make a double crochet, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go into the next stitch and place another double crochet, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through. You're gonna insert your hook into that first double crochet there, and you should have a total of 33 stitches. So this is what the armhole looks like now. Now you're gonna go ahead and chain up 2, and make sure when you're chaining up your 2, do your chaining tight so that you're not loose. And now you are going to place a 1 double crochet into each and every stitches around. So continue doing that and I will see you at the end of row 3. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 3 and we're just going to slip stitch, and we're going to repeat the same thing again by placing 1 double crochet into each stitches around. Once you're done, then we'll move on to row 5 where we will be picking up on decreasing again. So I'm going to continue placing my 1 double crochet into each stitches and then I'll meet back with you. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 4 and I'm going to slip stitch, chain up 2, so that's 1 and 2, yarn over, you're going to go back into that same stitch and you're going to place a 1 double crochet, and you're going to place a 1 double crochet in next so 5 stitches. So that's 1 2 3 4 and 5. So that's 5 stitches in separate, 5 double crochets in separate stitches, and now you're going to do a decrease. So you're going to yarn over just as we did before, make a double crochet, you're not going to finish it, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, you have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. And you're going to continue doing this all the way around until you have 5 stitches remaining. So that's 1 2 3 4 and 5, and then a decrease. So continue doing this and I'll see you at the last 5 stitches. So guys, and now I have come to the end of, almost the end, and now we have 5 stitches remaining. So we're going to yarn over, I just did my decrease here, and we're going to place 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So that's 1 2 and 3. In the last 2 we're going to make a decrease, and you should have a total of 28 stitches. And now you're going to slip stitch to finish off row 5. So now moving on to, so for row 6 and 7 we will only place 1 double crochet in each stitches around. So you're going to continue doing this until I get to the end of row 7 and I will meet you there. So remember, we're just placing a 1 double crochet in each stitches around. So I'll see you there. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 7 and now I'm going to do a slip stitch. Moving on to row 8, you're going to chain 2, and into that first stitch you're going to place a double crochet, and you're going to place a double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So that's 5 double crochet in separate stitches. So that's 1 already, and now we're going to do 4 more. So that's 2 3 4 and 5. So now that we have 5 double crochet in separate stitches, we're now going to do a decrease. So just as we did before, we're going to repeat that same thing, and we're going to continue doing this all the way around. At the end you should have 2 stitches remaining where you will place your last decrease in that 2 stitches. So you're going to continue doing your 5 double crochet in separate stitches followed by a decrease. So I will see you at the end of row 8. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 8 and I'm just going to do my last decrease here. And you should have a total of 24 stitches. So slip stitch, moving on to row 9. So from row 9 to row 12, you will just place a 1 double crochet into each stitches around. So I'm going to continue doing this. Once I'm at the end of row 12, I will meet back with you. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 12. Now moving on to row 13. So slip stitch, chain up 2, and in row 13 you will place 4 double crochet and then a decrease. So you're going to place 1 double crochet into that first stitch, 2 in the next, 3, and 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochet in separate stitches, and then you're going to do a decrease in the next. So that is going to be the sequence for row 13, 4 double crochet in separate stitches, and then 2 together, which you will be doing a decrease. So continue doing this all the way around and I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 13 and I'm just going to do my last decrease. Slip stitch, and you should now have a total of 20 stitches around. So now I am just gonna chain 2 again, and we're gonna place a 1 double crochet in each stitches around. And if you're making the smaller size, after this row you will start to make the ribbon. So you will do to row 14 and then you will start to do the ribbon. But because I'm making the bigger size, I am gonna go up to row 18 and then I start to make the ribbon. So I am gonna show you how to do so. So I am gonna continue working 1 double crochet into each stitches until I get to row 18, at the end of row 18, and then I'll meet back with you and I'll show you how to make the ribbon for the sleeve. So again, if you're making the smaller size, you will stop at row 14 to start the ribbon. So I'll see you at the end. So guys, and now I have come to the end of row 18 and I'm just making my last stitch, but before I finish I am going to cut this yarn off and I'm going to rejoin. So let me just rejoin before I fasten off. So I'm rejoining with a different color. And then I'm going to fasten off. So now that I have done so, I am going to go ahead and slip stitch onto our double crochet there. And this is what our sleeve look like so far. So now moving forward, you're going to weave in this tail end as you go along. So you're going to yarn over, go into that same stitch that you did your slip stitch, and you are going to make a half double crochet. So if you don't know how to make a half double crochet, you will yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and that's how you make a half double crochet. So you're going to continue doing this all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. So now I have come to the end, and I am going to go ahead and slip stitch into our first half double crochet here. And now you are going to go ahead, chain up 2, so it's 1, 2, and into the first, around the first half double crochet, you're going to yarn over and you're going to make a double crochet, but you're going to make a front post double crochet. So you're going to insert your hook from the front, pull up like this, and you're going to make a front post double crochet. The next stitch, you're going to go from the back, insert your hook, pull from the back, and make a back post double crochet. So the sequence is front post and back post double crochet. Go in from the back, pluck the stitches out like that, and make your back post. So you're going to continue doing this all the way until you get to the end. And we are going to do a total of 6 rows of front post and back post double crochet. So this is our first row, so we have 5 more rows to go. Once you get to the end, you're going to slip stitch, chain 2, and then repeat the same thing until you get to 6 rows. And that is for the bigger size. For the smaller size, you will continue to do front post and back post double crochet until you get to 4 rows. So you will stop at 4 rows of front post and back post double crochets for the smaller size. So I'll see you at the end of my 6th row. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 6, and now I'm going to fasten off. And we're just gonna pull, we're not gonna slip stitch, we're just gonna pull our yarn just like this to get a nice clean finish. And you're just gonna use your darning needle, insert your hook into both loops on this double crochet, pull through, and then the back loop on the other side of that stitch. Once you pull through, make sure that it is matching with the other stitches, and then just weave in your tail end. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the excess off. So our sleeve is now completed, and it is quite stretchy, so it's good. And I did went ahead and I made my other sleeve, so you can rewind the video and go ahead and make your next sleeve. So this is the one that I just completed, and this is the other sleeve here. So now moving forward, we are now going to make the hood of the cardigan. So again, we're starting on the right side, and we're going to rejoin our main yarn, and you're going to go into that first stitch, attach your yarn, give it a tie, and you're going to weave in these tail end as you go along. So now you are going to chain 1, yarn over, go back into that same stitch, and make 1 double crochet. And you are going to go into each and every stitch and make 1 double crochet. So I hope you can see that well. So I'm going into each stitches all the way on to the other side, right to here. So once I get to here, I'll meet you back there. So guys, now I have come to the end of making the hood part of the cardigan, and this is what it looks like. This is the length of the hood. So you can see this is the shoulder here. So I am just going to do the measurement so you can see. So I did a total of 22 rows, and that measures up to 12 inches. So let me just see where I joined from. Okay, so it was this first row here. So from here to here, it is showing 12 inches long. So now we are going to work on closing the hood. If you think this is too long for you, you can do 20 rows opposed to 22 rows. So now what you're going to do is you are going to join the top of your cardigan, and this is the inner part here. This is the inner part, so you can see both sleeve hole here. So what you're gonna do is you want to fold the top of the hood so that it comes in nicely. So you're gonna fold it. So this is the inner part, which is the wrong side, and you are going to fold it like this. So when you flip it over, then you have the top of the hood like this. I hope you can see that. So you're folding. I'm gonna do that again. So so this is the inner part of the cardigan. So one sleeve here, one sleeve, the inner part. This is the top of the hood here. You're gonna hold both ends and you're gonna fold it backwards like this. Once you have done so, then you are going to sew. So you can use your darning needle for this, or you can use your hook. I think I am going to use a smaller hook to do the sewing. Let me see what size I have laying around here. This is 4.5. Okay, so I'm going to use this one to do my sewing. So I'm going to chain one, and into each and every stitch along you're going to place a slip stitch. So going into the first loop, 2 loops here, and attaching your yarn together. Before I even, let me not chain one there, but just insert my hook, grab this loop here, and then pull it through. Then I can chain one. So now that I have chain one there, I am going to, let me just see, okay, I am going to still go into that same stitch. So I'm going into the front loop on this side and into the back loop on the other side, and pull through and make a slip stitch. So front loop and back loop on the other side, front loop and back loop, front loop and back loop. So you're basically going to continue doing this all the way until you get to the end here, and I'll meet you back there. So guys, now I have come to my last stitch here, and I'm just making my last slip stitch, and then I'm going to slip stitch again and fasten off. And this is what it looks like. So when you flip this over like that, you will see the hood. So there it is. So you can see. So again, as I stated, if you think that this is too long, you can always do less row, but I am gonna leave the hood here because I want this to grow with my daughter. So now we are going to work on the bottom part of the cardigan here. So working on the right side, I am going to attach my other color, and I'm going to go into this first stitch here, and just as we did when we're making the sleeve, we're going to repeat that same thing by making half double crochets, and then do the front post and back post double crochets. So chain 1, then go back into that same stitch, and you can carry your tail end as you go along. Let me just redo that. And make your half double crochet. So you're going to make half double crochet into all the stitches across. Once you get to the end, I will meet you back there. So guys, and now I have reached to the end here, and I have my last stitch there remaining. So what we're going to do is we are going to continue to work all the way around, going up where the hood is, go straight around and come back to where we started on this side. So we are going to place 2 double crochet into this last stitch, sorry, 2 half double crochet I should say, sorry about that. That's 1 and 2, so that it will give you the curve to go around. Now you're going to place 1 half double crochet here, so just right here that you're seeing, into that little space, and in every double crochet you will just place 2 double, in every double crochet that is laying flat here, you will place 2 half double crochets. So I'm going to put 1 here, 1 in the next. And if you notice that your work is getting like a hole in it, instead of going under the stitch, kind of go into the stitch so that it doesn't make a hole in your work. Just like that. Then go in the next. So I'm going to continue doing this all the way around until I get to the end, and I'll meet you back there. So guys, and now I have come to the end, and I place my half double crochet there. Now I'm going to place 1 more half double crochet into that same stitch, just to give it that curve. So there it is. So now I'm going to slip stitch into my first half double crochet here. So there you see that it is all nicely done. So this is looking cute as is, but we want to make the same ribbon as we did for the sleeve. So I am just going to go ahead and chain up 2, turn, and where we have our first half double crochet here, we are going to go around that stitch, and we're going to place a front post double crochet. Into the next, we're going to place a back post double crochet. And you're going to continue doing this until you get to the end, and I'll see you there. So guys, now I am almost at the end of this row, so I am going to do something a little different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to yarn over, and whatever one that you finish off with here, I finish off with a front post. So even if you finish off with a back post, it doesn't really matter. You just continue to do as is. So I am going to go do a back post here on this next stitch. And on that same stitch, I am going to do a front post. So we just did a back post on that stitch. On that same stitch, we're going to go in from the front, and we're going to do a front post. And that will help your work to curve around nicely. And on the next stitch now, so we have a front post here, now we're going to do a back post. on that same stitch that we just did the back post, we're going to do a front post. So go in from the front, and then we're going to do a front post. So there it is. Now it gives your work that curve that you need, and then into the next stitch you're going to place a back post, and you're going to see how nicely curved this turns out to be once you just continue making more front posts and back posts. So there it is. So it is looking super cute with that design. So you're going to continue doing this all the way, doing front posts and back posts until you get back to here, and I'll meet you there. So guys, now we have reached back to where we had started here, and into our first half double crochet here we are going to place whatever you have, if it's a front post or if it's a back post. So you're going to place a back post, and then on top of that back post you're going to place a front post. So just around that same stitch, you're just basically placing the front post. And now in the next stitch you're going to place a back post, and then finish it off with a front post. And then you are going to slip stitch on top of your first double crochet here, and that is how we are closing off our first row. So moving on to our second row, we're going to chain up 3 again. So we're basically doing 2 rows, and I went ahead and I attached my stitch markers where I want my buttonholes to be. So once we go around, and I put my needles where I want my buttons to be. So once we go around and come back and come down here where we have this little V curve, just after that I will meet you there, and I will show you how to place your buttonholes. So depending on how many buttons that you're adding onto it, I'm just adding 3, and my buttons are really big, so I am spacing them out to put them on. So I'll show you how to do that part. So just continue making your front post and back post double crochet. When you get to here, you can just continue to make front post and back post double crochet all the way around. So I'll see you at the end. So guys, and now I have come back to where I want my buttonholes to be, and I sewed 2 of my buttons on already, and I have 1 more to sew on. And make sure that you sew your button on the ribbon of here. So now I have reached to where I put my stitch markers. So you're basically gonna start your first button where this V looking part here ends. So it ends here, so you can see. Let me just remove my hook so you can see it ends here. So you can start your first buttonhole here. If you're using a smaller button, I would suggest that you chain 1 and then continue making your regular half double crochets until you get to your next placement where you want your button to be. So I skipped 6 rows, and then I add another button. One of my buttons take up like 2 rows, so I skip like 6 in between, then skip another 6, and then so on. So you're gonna basically, if you're using the same size button, I'm not sure what size button is this, but it is quite big. So if you're using a big button, you can do the same sequence as I am doing. If it's a smaller one, then you will technically not skip so much rows, and then you will technically need more than 3 buttons. So I am just gonna go ahead, so I chain 2, and then I'm gonna make a back post double crochet where I have a back post, and then I make a front post double crochet where I have a front post. So you're gonna basically continue doing this all the way until you get to the end, and I'll see you there. So guys, and now I have come to the end, and I'm just making my last front post double crochet here. And now I am gonna go ahead and slip stitch, but before I do so, I am gonna go ahead, fasten off, pull up on my yarn, get my darning needle, and weave in my tail end. So I am just going to go into both loops on this side here, and then into the back loop on the other side, and insert your needle downward so that you can weave in your tail end, and make sure that your stitch is matching up with the same size as the others, and then continue to weave in your tail end. And basically our cardigan is now completed. So if you have any tail ends left to weave in, you can go ahead and do so. The beauty about this cardigan, you don't have a lot of tail ends to weave in, and the little that I had, I just weave in as I was working. So I love that about this, because I hate weave in my tail ends at the end of my work. Okay, I think that is good enough. Now I'm going to fasten off. So I went ahead, I attached my next button, and this is what it looks like. So it is looking super cute. You can see the curve on both sides here, and I'm just going to turn it around so you can see. So there it is. There's the body. And the sleeve and the hood. So you can see how big the hood is. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach a pom-pom which I made. So it's a handmade pom-pom. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go right into the point of the hood, and just basically just do a little sewing, just a little in and out sewing, nothing major, just like when you're attaching your button, you're just doing basic in and out sewing. Once it is attached, then you can just go ahead and give it a tie. Let me just tie it on. So that it is secured, and I'm just gonna put through my needle again and then fasten off, and I'm gonna fasten off to the same size of the pom-pom. Perfect. So there it is. So it is looking super cute, guys. It has this little pom-pom at the top, and this is the size pom-pom maker that I use. For the other one, I use a smaller one. Let me see, I'm not even sure where I put it at the moment, but yeah, I use a smaller one for the other cardigan. So yes guys, it is now completed, and I love the way how it turned out and the color combination that I chose. So guys, thanks again for watching. I hope that this tutorial was easy to follow and you were able to make one of your own. Again, until next time, bye.